Hi everyone, we're here today with Jean Gaissert, and Jean's going to join us in a little conversation just about depression and mental health there. So Jean, maybe you could introduce yourself to us and tell us a little bit about your experience and your qualifications in this area.
Well, as you said, my name is Jean Gaissert. I am a licensed counselor. I'm now retired, but I still have the knowledge and I do a lot of counseling. I'm also a Stephen minister here in our church, and I have dealt with depression, anxiety, suicide ideation, crisis disorders, a lot of different types of mental illness type things.
As you've listened to people in your own life, how would you describe some of the experience of depression?
Well, the experience of depression can be summed up pretty much in 3 words: helpless, hapless, and hopeless.
Okay.
People feel helpless, they feel like they can't help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They feel hapless, they have no happiness in their life, they can't find anything that gives them happiness, and they feel hopeless because they don't feel like they've got any way to get out of that hole that they're in. And I've really had a lot of rewards in helping people to deal with that, but there's always a struggle.
Gotcha. What are some of the common misconceptions about depression that are out there that you know
of? A lot of people think that it's something moral, that people have gone awry morally. They think that they're crazy is one of the terms that people frequently use. People just don't understand depression. They think that you ought to just go on with life and just not sit around and dwell on things. And that's not the case at all.
Gotcha. Jean, you had your own seasons of depression in your life. What have been some of the ways that you have navigated those seasons? What's been helpful?
Well, when I first realized that I did have a tendency to be depressed, I knew it ran in my family, along with addiction and schizophrenia and some other mental illnesses. And I had just gotten a divorce, and I realized that I had fallen into depression. So I went to my doctor, and he put me on antidepressants. And I also sought help with a counselor. The two of the medication and counseling go hand in hand to get real help for depression.
Gotcha. Now, your person of faith, how did your faith journey impact your experience of depression?
Well, God made these bodies, and we all know He did. And, you know, we have to take responsibility for taking care of our bodies, physically and mentally. We go to the doctor for our physical body to take care of that. But we also need to acknowledge the fact that we are responsible for taking care of our mental stability also. So when I'm talking with someone, I'm counseling with someone, and I really feel like they are depressed, the first thing I ask them is if they've had a physical lately. And they usually say no. They need to have a physical and find out if other things that chemically may be a problem. After that, I usually suggest that they see a psychiatrist or a psychologist to get some medication for their depression.
So one more quick question. What's the church, how can the church respond to a world which seems to experience much more depression, or where it seems to be on our wavelength more?
Well, first of all, the church just being there. And our church is so accepting of everyone, no matter what their walk in life is. We need to acknowledge that we're all different. We have a wide array of wonderful Stephen ministers that are well trained, that can help people. I think our church is doing just about everything that's possible. But probably the most important thing is that everyone needs to be educated on what depression and anxiety looks like. Gotcha. And how it affects a life.
Gotcha. Listen, Jean, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for answering my questions. And yeah, thank you for being a part of this series.